There seems to be a lot of parallels between the Palm Spring lifestyle and Noosa Heads, and I think a lot of that comes from a beautiful climate and a celebration of indoor and outdoor living. And that really was our role in this project, was to reinterpret the mid-century modernist style in Noosa Heads. My name's Oscar Booth from Tim Ditchfield Architects, and I was the project architect at Las Palmas. The site is located on the edge of Waber Creek, which is part of the Noosa River system. We're in southeast Queensland, 2 hours north of Brisbane, in a beautiful subtropical environment, and we're on the land of the Gubbi Gubbi people. The brief was really inspired by a trip to Palm Springs in California, where the client stayed in a Donald Wexler mid-century home. This house gets its name from the old Las Palmas suburb, where lots of those famous homes are. We really wanted to be sympathetic to the neighbourhood on this project. So from the river side, it's not a dominant form. It's only 2 stories in a small portion. And same with the street, we chose to set back the front fence. And I think that was a very key design decision for that public realm. On arrival, you're immediately greeted with a beautiful native garden that's still part of the verge. And you enter into a courtyard space, which is the crux of the project. So you get to experience all the elements of the building and slowly take that in, which is a famous Oscar Niemeyer tactic of how to approach a building so that you really take it all in before you arrive. Once you get to the landing, you turn and get a glimpse of the river up close and personal, and you're greeted with a sensational view through to the mangroves and backdrop of Noosa. Down a couple of steps and a change of level increases the volume in the space, drawing you closer to the edge. The terrace that perches over the river feels like it's hovering above the riverbank with no balustrading, and really gives that intimate connection of river to house that we're after. There's many level changes in the house, and moving into the sunken lounge is one of them. It's a response to planning, and rather than being a large open plan kitchen, living, dining, it's got more intimate spaces. This is a different approach from modern contemporary architecture, but I think it's very relevant for this site and this brief. The guest wing is a utilitarian wing of the house with the service facilities and a few guest rooms, and it's quite a stripped back feel to it. The rooms have northern aspect over the courtyard and are really amazing once they're opened up. Part of the brief for this project was to create an intimate suite for the owners, because it was going to be 2 of them most of the time. The upstairs suite is almost straight out of a luxury hotel. It's an open plan space and it's extremely intimate. Upon arrival, it's got an incredible view, which is carefully framed with the way we've chosen to set up our windows. The open plan bathroom may not be for everyone, but it really just yells out high-end hotel suite. And it's fully appointed up there, so you don't even have to go to the kitchen for a cup of tea. The material palette on this project was deliberately robust and consists of concrete, aluminium, black butt timber and glazing. Of the concrete, we've chosen to use 3 different types. So we've got one being a smooth form and the second being an Oregon board finish, which adds texture and drama to the shadows that it casts. Honed concrete features throughout the terraces internally and externally for a seamless indoor-outdoor finish. The owner works in the aluminium industry, and that informed us to use a lot of aluminium in the project in a way that you wouldn't traditionally see it used. The dynamic nature of when you move past an aluminium batten fence is quite interesting. There's been a fantastic synergy between client, architect and builder on this project from start to finish, and I really think the detailing and the finishes reflect that. The end result is a home that is great to habitate for the 2 of them and provides such an enrichment of their lives that they've reflected to me on many occasions. And for that, I'm very proud.
This video is brought to you by 10, our debut hardcover book celebrating 10 issues of the local project. 10 unites the very best projects from the first 10 issues of the publication into a beautiful single volume. With over 400 pages of architecture and design from both leading and emerging creatives, the hardcover book takes readers on a curated and meditative journey. The premium paper stock of the book means 10 is an enduring addition to a coffee table or library to be enjoyed for years to come. With worldwide delivery available, have 10 delivered directly to your door. Head to the link in the video description to purchase your copy now and use the code BOOK5 at checkout for a 5% discount.